Meu pai ficou doente quando nós estávamos em 10 de agosto, por muito tempo.
Sentia-se mal quando nós víamos ele doente. Pensávamos, quando ele morrer, vamos ficar com quem? Quem vai nos sustentar?
Minha mãe tinha que fazer o esforço de tirar comida para dar mais ao meu pai, porque ele estava na cama doente e ele já não trabalhava. Mais tarde ele acabou por perder a vida. Quando ele perdeu a vida também ficamos desesperados.
Não tem, está morto, todos.
Passamos por um momento muito difícil, ficamos só sozinhos em casa. Éramos só crianças e...
ficávamos muito tristes, ficávamos humilhados, né? Por ver outros com mãe, nós sem mãe, sem pai, é tristeza para nós, né?
Quando eu brincava com meus amigos, às vezes meus amigos, quando eram chamados com a sua mãe, ele respondia mãe. E eu não tinha mãe para poder responder. Então eu ficava assim um pouco mais triste por não ter mãe. Não tinha ninguém.
Quando nós estávamos no centro, apareceu uma família branca e conheceu a nós. E eles entenderam a nossa situação e quiseram nos adotar. Nós pensamos que era melhor, porque não vivíamos de boa condição. Nós não vivíamos bem, não vivíamos afogados.
Eles viram que eu estava péssimo, já não tinha roupa para usar para a escola, não tinha. Então eles mandaram uma roupa e eu necessitava daquela roupa mesmo. Eu me senti eles como se fosse uma mãe que me nasceram, quando me abraçavam, pelo amor que tinham por mim.
Fui amado porque a mãe me dá roupa, coisas para comer, muitas coisas.
Não sei porque a adoção não passa, muitas complicações e nós até agora ficamos sem saber porquê.
Eu quero ser adotada.
Também se vocês soubessem o quanto amor eu tenho dentro do coração por esta família, como vocês nunca entraram dentro do meu coração para poderem saber, para poderem contar o quanto amor eu tenho por elas, não seria nada malo.
Currently, there are about 148 million orphaned children all over the world. In sub-Saharan Africa alone, we have 43 million children who have been orphaned, and 14 million of those through AIDS. The orphan crisis that we're facing right now is one of the most serious crises that the human family has had to deal with. Recently, because of the huge numbers of parents who are dying, many of the orphans are not being absorbed into the extended family system. And in extreme cases, they may find themselves out on the streets or even being sold into slavery and servitude. Many nations are trying to deal with the orphan crisis by having children housed in large institutions. This is unanimously agreed not to be the best solution. In fact, it's probably one of the worst solutions. Children in institutions have been shown to be scarred emotionally and psychologically, most often for a lifetime.
I think one day they just found me, the people, and then they brought me to the orphanage.
I was also put in the hospital for about a month on because of starvation.
Well, I really didn't like that orphanage. There was really gross stuff going on there.
I was told that you live there until you turn 16 and then you get put out.
I didn't feel safe there.
When I went to the orphanage, I felt horrible because it wasn't the right thing.
When I was in the orphanage, I had to be my sister's mom pretty much. I had to take care of her, wash her clothes for her.
I felt lost there.
I got beaten a lot. I don't know why.
My friends and I would go out and steal a loaf of bread, share it between each other. The food situation was really hard. Sometimes they wouldn't feed me.
It made me feel sad because I didn't know why they would do that. I guess it's because we didn't have a family and no one can stop them because really they didn't care.
Children are best brought up in a family setting. This is what we have learned from child development experts. We know from science how human beings develop to their potential. And we have agreed universally that families are the best settings in which children can reach their best potential.
UN Convention on the Rights of the Child, recognizing that the child, for the full and harmonious development of his or her personality, should grow up in a family environment, in an atmosphere of happiness, love, and understanding.
The best options for orphans is really if their extended family system can take them in and they can be raised within the circle of the love of the family. That is the best scenario. Next to that, hopefully we can find families within the community and culture so that the child can enjoy a sense of continuity and linguistic integrity throughout their lives. If those things are not readily available, children do need some sort of safe, loving permanency as early in their lives as possible. So adoption, whether it's in the country or outside of the country, is a serious consideration, and it should be looked at with the best interest of the child in mind.
Mozambique officials attended an intercultural exchange on orphans' issues and adoption in the United States. The Mozambique officials stayed in the homes of American families and visited the homes of Mozambique children who had been adopted by American families.
I've had the opportunity to visit some families, American families that have adopted children from other countries, and I saw that the children are well integrated and they are in the family as if they were the biological children. And there is a good relationship amongst the adopted and the biological children.
From what I could see, from what I observed, I would like to bring all of Mozambique to the United States of America so that they could see and be close to American families where they are Mozambican children and to see how these Mozambican children are treated. I am living here very happy and very pleased to see children from my country, my children, my brothers and sisters being treated well, with love, with care, and they have integrated themselves so well. The education they have, the access to health, everything that we can't yet offer in our country that they can have here with the American families.
Jaron's cerebral palsy has been with him since he was born. Prior to his coming to the orphanage, he had been abandoned and he had been found by some children under a bridge close to the coast. He has cerebral palsy, so he was kind of curled up, and from the reports that I heard, he was close to death.
We became aware of an extreme need from an orphanage in Haiti where children were starving to death, and we felt like we were so blessed. We really needed to reach out and help some children from Haiti. So that's when we adopted Lauren and Sean. Lauren was 5 years old and Sean was 2 years old, and they came together. Then a few years went by and we felt that one more child needed to be in our home, and that's when we adopted Genevieve from Taiwan. She was 18 months old when she came.
I had 4 different dreams that their father, who has passed away, came to me and asked me if I would be their father, and that I feel a special bond with their father. I feel like that he loves them and that he on the other side has been pulling for them, and that he is grateful that they have a family, that he would have raised them himself if he had had the opportunity, if he hadn't had an early death, that I accepted his offer and that he is counting on me to raise these children.
We weren't looking to adopt a child. We went to Mozambique to work, and we were working in one of the orphanages when we first met Linda. She was a little girl, only 2 at the time, and I can't tell you what happened. We just fell in love with this child, and she fell in love with us. in a very powerful way, and didn't think that adoption was the solution for us. But as we began to inquire about her situation, we realized that she would either spend the rest of her life in an orphanage or on the street.
Adoptive families, in fact, have to jump through many legal and other hoops. For one thing, they have to go through what is called a home study, an evaluation that the family undergoes that considers their ability to parent another child. And this includes a complete medical checkup, a study into their financial stability, the resources available to deal with any specific needs that the child may have. They also must show that they are free of any criminal activity in the past, that they have never abused children or neglected them and have been reported to the authorities in any way. And then they have to go through another set of federal requirements on top of that in order to obtain the proper legal documents and authority to bring the child into their family.
People ask us, can you love an adopted child the same that you can love your biological children? And the answer is yes, you can. In fact, my love for Linda is different, just like it is with all of my children, because they're all unique. And she's just as much a part of our family as any of our children.
We are doing great as a family. I think of these children as my own biological children. I always will. I have felt that from the day that we decided to adopt them.
Now she knows I'm mom, and she is very loving and secure in our home. It has just blossomed in our family.
When she finally got used to the idea that they were mom and dad, she would not let go of them. She would be gripping onto them like someone else was going to take her away again. But eventually she learned. And I was playing with her in the car on the way home. I was right next to her, and she laughed. She laughed really loudly and lots of smiles. She learned to love me really fast.
Concerning American families, I should say that I have seen a different side. I had seen a view of them from movies and television, and usually what we see on TV are very small families with almost no time to spend with each other. This time, I have had the opportunity to see another side of those families. Big families with a lot of time for the family.
Simon and Alstein, who are some of the leading researchers in this area, did show that close to 90% of the children who were adopted transracially expressed a level of bond and attachment as close to children who were born into that family.
It doesn't matter if you're brown, if you're Caucasian, you just have to know that it's what's inside that counts. And I'm glad that I have brothers and sisters, especially ones that are adopted. They get a great experience and I get a great experience, and I love them. And it's great to know because kids that don't have a family that need to be loved can be loved if you let them.
We plan to travel with our children and take them back to visit and see the country where they were born. People that look just like them and the rich heritage that they come from, so that they can appreciate the traditions and the heritage that they have.
It is becoming increasingly more common for children who have been adopted to a different country. When they have reached adulthood, when they have especially reached a certain level of professional status, to go back to their mother country and to become involved in making a contribution to that country.
Linda Packard was the poster child, along with Mozambique Olympic gold medal winner Maria de Lourdes Mutola, in a national measles campaign in Mozambique. At age 5, with support from her adoptive parents, Linda was able to help over 9 million Mozambican children be immunized against measles and polio.
The occupational therapist, the physical therapist, speech therapist, musical therapy, cross-sightedness. He had surgery to correct that. He's been to neurologists, to pediatricians, ophthalmologists. He couldn't hold his head up when we first got him. I mean, he couldn't sit by himself. He was 20-some months old. He could barely turn over by himself on a bed. He had to be propped up, he had to be held. 2-year-old obviously can do those kind of things on their own, but he couldn't do that. Now he runs all over. Is just, I mean, so he's certainly developing.
She's a very bright child. She's not even in kindergarten, and she's reading, and she's doing math, and she plays the piano, and she speaks 3 languages. She will have the opportunity to go to college and to contribute, I think, if that is her choice, to help the people of Mozambique in a great way in the future.
UNICEF position statement on intercountry adoption. Intercountry adoption is one range of care options which may be open to children. And for individual children who cannot be placed in permanent family settings in their countries of origin, it may indeed be the best solution for them.
I was so excited to finally have a family. The best thing I like about my family is that we all love each other. I mean, we're like so close together.
Just there for me all the time, and it's great to have a family now.
And right now I'm doing really good in school. I'm a straight A student.
The best thing about being adopted is having a great family, having a loving mama.
I have love and safety.
And being able to be who you want to be in life.
There are a lot of children who need family and safety and love, and unfortunately there are millions of kids stuck in orphanages and they don't have that. And to be able to give somebody the family and the love and support that I have right now, it's a wonderful thing.
Everything that is within our power to give love, even if it's just for one child, it's worth the effort. And international adoption is an alternative, and it's an alternative that we must use.
I am appreciative of the struggle that it is for many national leaders who are trying to decide on a policy on international adoptions. I would ask them to carefully consider the possibility of international adoption as a small but powerful option in the lives of some children.
Quando Sharon vem e vai, sinto muito triste porque eu não gostaria que dia nós ficássemos distantes, ela vir e ir. Gostaríamos que ela viesse para aqui e irmos juntos, para nós ficarmos juntos lá.
Muito triste. Porque você vai sair hoje.